Hey, good morning, everyone. It is D-Day, kind of important, won't call it a holiday, but a historical event, the invasion of Normandy. I was able to take a tour, which you'll see on this video, of an LST ship, which is a landing ship tank in Evansville, Indiana, is where they were built. And I believe 170 some were built there in Evansville, Indiana, and it was a ship that my dad was on. Those ships were 328 feet long and I believe 50 foot wide from beam to beam. And they would carry below deck about 20 Sherman tanks, and then the above deck, on top of the deck, it would be full of Jeeps and other vehicles that would be used in the war. They would hold 1,900 tons of supplies and vehicles, etc. And in Evansville, Indiana, they built 11 of those flat-bottom ships a month, which is just amazing when you consider how much steel and stuff it would take to do that. And so just a very interesting ship, and how quickly they built those. They built those in what was called cornfield shipyards because they wanted to save the oceans sides of our country for the bigger ships and battleships, etc., to be built. And those ships could go down the Ohio River, Mississippi, down to the Gulf. And the other thing I'll mention is it would basically have a crew of about 125, and then they could also transport about 140 soldiers. And you'll see, I think, some of those living quarters for the soldiers. We didn't get to see on the tour the crew side, but just an amazing feat in World War II on an LST ship. And I think I shared those pictures, a couple pictures of my dad's ship and him on my last video. So again, at the end of the video, again, it's not farming this time, but just something historical that I wanted to share. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this and some of the farming videos, please hit that subscribe button. Well, I've made it to Evansville, Indiana, and it is raining, so it may not be a very good tour, but I am here, and that's LST 325. My dad's was 551. Here we are boarding the ship.
Alright guys, welcome aboard the LST 325 on a somewhat nice...
This would have been the troop bedding areas where when they transported troops they would stay. The crew, according to them, was on the other side of the ship. And this went the full length of the ship, I guess. Okay, now we're heading down to what's called the tank deck, and this is where they hauled all the items. They stated that the diesel engines in here that run this ship were the full length of a semi, and during their cruise of the fall they burned 12,000 gallons of fuel.
The reason they are here is because the Greeks had a ship. They had a very small crew inside of it.
This is where they ate,
Box it in, paint it green.
although they'd have added some walls there.
Well, we kept it this way because we had storage stuff behind it. But back in World War II, we still couldn't get 90 guys out here, but you get about 40 versus not even get really anywhere between 5 to 15 out here.
This was the head, and you can't really get in to see all of it, but this is what you can see. It's a restricted area. We're heading up to what's called the Galley. So this is where they prepared all the food. Well, here's the post office. And you can see some interesting memorabilia in there.
So, these are what we call our 40mm focus. These guns shoot 120 rounds. Remember, this is what one of these guns actually fires off. That's a single shot. But, actually, the guy elevates the barrel up and down. Guy number 2, well, he'll rotate the whole thing. So there's 2 guys that have 2 chairs.
And obviously this is where the captain was that steered the ship.
And of course, you're looking out these little tiny windows to see where you're going. But it is nice having those big glass thing windows because you can see a lot.
That's where the Higgins boat hung. And then there's one down here, down the steps that we're going to take a look at, and they actually would hold the Jeep along with the troops that they were taking to shore.